Hi, I am Binibini 15, Cinderella Feo from Cagayan de Oro City, Misamis, Oriental. I feel I am destined to be on the Binibining Pilipina stage, not only for the glitz and glamour, but most importantly, for its influence in making Filipino women relevant in today's modern world. I am a Binibini because I embody the ideals of a global Filipino who is resilient in all adversities and proud of my brown skin heritage. I always fear living a life without meaning. That's why I always choose to be a Binibini by mind and by heart.
Number 49, Cinderella Faye Obenita.
Kababayan ako sa Cagayan de Oro o Misamis Oriental. Well, this is what we have been always looking forward to, that a provincial girl like me will step on the national stage. So here I am, fulfilling your dreams. I'm a little bit really emotional right now. So thank you so much. And our battle has just started. I'm pretty sure that you will all be with me. So let's win this, Cagayan de Oro and Misamis Oriental.
Life presents more reasons to splurge, dive, frolic, taste, experience, and explore MESO. So gear up and take out your flip-flops. Whether sunrise or sunset, you will feast on the same majesty that is Misamis Oriental. I tell you, the adventure is not yet over. Treat your taste buds to a wider array of food. Indulge yourself to a more extraordinary produce fresh from the farm. Meditate on your earnest prayers with more faith. Turn more pages of our rich local folklore. Jumped in to more adventures that simply spell fun. Feel at home in the countryside, where the seas have more shades of blue, the plains are more visible in green, and the people are more than happy to have you. I am Cinderella Feo Binibini Cagayan de Oro Misamis Oriental, inviting you to explore MESO more!
Misamis Oriental.
You must have enjoyed our unique native delicacies made with love and passion. But wait, there are more delicious treats Misamis Oriental can offer. Wake up to a morning welcome while savoring the best view of the beach. Indulge in a rustic ambience to satisfy your craving for a sumptuous yet affordable meal. Get some distinct servings and taste a piece of heaven on earth. Feel the warmth amidst the cool weather and breathtaking scenery. Or refresh yourself with a cold dessert, perfect for a hot afternoon. And cap off your day through some Filipino-style nourishment to form that lasting, pleasant gastronomic impression.
Experience the best of both worlds.
There is more to explore in MESO. Explore MESO more!
Misamis Oriental.
Come to the province that celebrates a festivity to highlight its agricultural abundance. Visit the plantation of the Tree of Life and return home bringing some sweet yet healthy delight. Keep on with the thrill out of the sweetness of life by tasting a tropical fruit full of health benefits. Drink some hot beverage uniquely produced by hard work for the sake of one's well-being. Blossom with a garden of flowers and feel the music of the ground spoken without sound. Catch a breathtaking panorama while wandering through the highlands with grazing animals. And make your farm experience worthwhile with an overflowing fullness of a place where you get to connect with the animals and commune with nature.
Experience the best of both worlds.
There is more to explore in MESO. Explore MESO more!
Misamis Oriental.
We have traveled back in time with a structure of prominence where a secret unfolds in every historic furniture piece, and where every room tells a story of lives gone by. We have felt the earthly warmth of the old walls and joined others in seeking divine guidance at a declared national cultural property. Interested in history and culture? Misamis Oriental has a lot of stories to share. Be amazed by a living repository of an old town's glorious past and welcome all who wish to make history with them at present. Appreciate life on Earth with the flora and fauna found in the last remaining stand of old-growth forests uniquely situated along the National Highway. Capture the enchanting beauty while resting in the shade of a centennial tree. Discover another heritage that has a historic value for all generations and take pride in its relevance at a time belonging to the not-so-distant past. And be familiar with the chronology of leadership made known at a seat of government built to last for a very long time.
Experience the best of both worlds.
There is more to explore in MESO. Explore MESO more!
In Misamis Oriental.
You have surely been greeted by the majestic dancing sun in your early morning pilgrimage. And experience healing through the power of a sacred touch. You have captured a glimpse of history and culture and allowed its bells to speak the splendor of the past. Want to visit more places to increase your spiritual enlightenment? Feel the blessing at a hidden paradise as you swim towards the beauty of the relaxing water. Journey towards a deeper sense of self in a quiet vacation place, or offer your sacrifices to God at a unique hill extending to the sea. Experience a perspective of Jesus Christ's way to the cross through a live reenactment, and complete your dose of faith at a shrine in the making for an intimate moment with Christ the King.
There is more to explore and Miss Or. Explore Miss Or more!
In Misamis Oriental.
Misamis Oriental abounds with clear waters that offer a pleasure for the senses in harmony with nature. If you're looking for adventure, descend through a rock formation and see the magnificence of natural cascades. Plunge yourself into a pool that allows you to immerse in a stunning seascape. Enjoy the overflowing cold spring that runs through the valley where positive memories have been built for many years today. Feel the winter cold scenery under a foggy array of pine trees that stand out in a vast landscape. Shift your focus from scenery to creativity by having cool collections of local fashion and products that speak of 1,000 Misamis words. And when the daylight fades, settle yourself with a spectacular view as you reminisce history by the sight and beauty of the longest bridge in the province.
Experience the best of both worlds.
There's more to explore in Miss Or. Explore Miss Or more!
In Misamis Oriental. I'm number one.
Finisher as well, but now they're trying to jump on top of Rebo. Ooh, and they are going to be backing off 1 for 1. Maybe. Oh! No epic, how easy. Alongside his out keep, there's going to be a double. Down up, ladies and gentlemen. Brad Esports are your M2 champions.
In the world of social media and also in the world of esports, we have to also consider being responsible gamers.
Will become the next brand in the Republic of the Philippines or one brand in the international gaming community. Go. It's difficult for us because it might be too expensive. When I first created Kuyamis, I told the ladies, do well, perform, and I will support you to the national competition and to the international competition. That's what I told Miss Kuyamis. Same here, same with MESO. Tell your players to perform well. We will not only do this in the province, in the city, but nationally or internationally. As long as I am governor, we will be supporting you to become the next brand of this esports.
2, 1.
are all winners because you have valiantly fought and represented your municipalities and cities na ining provincial wide scale na tournament. O kana, sila pa lang, you should be proud of yourself.
At least be responsible in gaming. Ayaw ninyo pasakin yung eskwela, inyong online classes. Ayaw ninyo i-off ang inyong mic, ang inyong camera para magdula. I-remind lang na mo, Ana. Salamat guys inyong tanan sa pagpartisipar karon ng adlaw. Isa pa, sa atong future pro players, gusto mo matungtong sa national stage, ako bahala sa inyo.
I am Cindy Obañata, Binibining Pilipinas candidate of Cagayan de Oro, Misamis Oriental, and I will be your host for this evening. So I will be joining you all throughout the night, and it's going to be a very productive night. It's going to be entertaining, it's going to be fun, and really, really informative. So once again, we have our participants, different walks of life, no? We have students, gamers, parents, we even have teachers. So really, it's a fun night, and welcome to the first session of our Responsible Gaming webinar series. This is entitled Online Games, a much needed connection in isolation. So also, you may want for us to know how you're all feeling right now. So pwede mo mag-send through our chat box by simply using different emojis. So we would want to know, how are you guys for tonight? Hi, Alan. We have Yolen, Kyla, Sophia, Nesty, Limuel, Mr. Carlo, Rogie, Rendell, and so much more. Thank you, Rendell, Kriza, Claire. Thank you so much for joining us. I know that you would want for your Saturday night to be spent with your family. Siguro right now you're watching, you're chilling, you're watching movies on Netflix, but here you are joining us for a webinar series. And grabe, we are so thankful na nakauban na mo for tonight. I'm very excited as well to do this because lately I've been doing a lot of webinars. I've been invited to talk, but right now here I am hosting, and I'm really excited because this is something new for me to be in a world of digital gaming, in a world of um, digital community. So this is something new, gaming community to be exact. So also, we are delighted to be joined in by a very well-respected and credible speaker that can really enlighten us and impart knowledge on the advantages of e-gaming during this uncertain time. So this speaker that we will be hearing later on, she is a very credible, she is well-spoken, she is a mother, and she's a very great friend. I'm pretty sure that you will all be learning from her. And if you have questions, please take note of them and please ready your pens with you because we will be having an open forum later on. So that's going to be exciting. If you have some personal questions for this person to answer, grabe, this is the time. So guys, grab this opportunity because this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. And of course, since this is a gaming webinar series, it's going to be a month-long series. We will be having 3 sessions for this, so we would want for you to really finish all the sessions. So right now, I guess you're all ready to begin. And to formally start this evening's affair, may I invite everyone to focus, please, your attention on our screen for our prayer, and this will be immediately followed by the singing of the Philippine National Anthem.
Heavenly Father, as the events of the day continue to unfold, we seek your clarity and your peace. Let the practice of our craft be expressed fully in the games we are to handle and participate in as one organization. Let our minds be clear and focused so we can execute to the best of our abilities. Father, thank you for coming fully into our situation, both as a group and individually. Cover us with a blanket of honesty and patience that is not of this world. Grant us peace in knowing we are pursuing your purpose for our lives, for the Misamis Oriental Esports organization, and for the whole gaming community. Amen.
There you go! Once again, welcome to the first ever Responsible Gaming webinar series, courtesy of the Misamis Oriental Esports organization. This is the first ever gaming series that we have conducted, and we hope that you will be with us all throughout the session. Not only that, I would also want to ask if kumusta lang ba ang everyone? Kumusta ang tanan? I hope that you are really doing well at the comforts of your home, you're staying safe, and please take care of your health, take care of your bodies, especially now that we are facing a global health crisis. We really want for you to boost your immune system, drink lots of water, vitamin C, and most especially, really practice social distancing. Even if you're just at home, please do not be complacent. Please still wash your hands frequently, and yes, do wear your face mask all the time. Diba? Because we might know, this virus is unseen. We might know kinsa ang sunod na matakdan. And so, let's all be cautious. Let's all be responsible citizens. So, I guess a lot of people are still joining in. Welcome, no? Sa mga bago pa nag-abot, welcome and welcome to the first ever Responsible Gaming webinar series. And our session for today is all about online games, a much needed connection in isolation. We know for a fact, ladies and gentlemen, that of course, we are facing the burden of COVID-19. And for some people, digital games have helped them in isolation in so many ways. And so I don't want to delay this any longer. I know some of you haven't eaten their dinner yet, and I know that you're all very eager to listen to our speaker. I'm very, very excited to hear her talk once again. But ladies and gentlemen, to give us a deeper perspective of really why we are gathered here tonight, and to please welcome us all for our webinar series, here is the founder of MESO, Mr. Henry Lopez.
Maayong gabi sa tanan, to our MESO officers and amo ang game coordinators, SK presidents, sa mga students, sa among guest karon nga niapil ani among webinar. In behalf of Governor Bambi Emano, welcome. Kini among organization bago lang mi nag-launch atong March 27. And we did not expect the overwhelming response na among nakuha. And this motivated us to really consider MESO not just an organization na magpadala og gamers from CDO and MESO sa national stage, but most importantly, mold them to become responsible in their field and be equipped with the right knowledge and attitude as an e-athlete. So to further strengthen our mission, we organized this very first webinar to understand more about gaming, its psychological and social impact, especially that we are facing a global health crisis. Personally, I have friends na na-contract ani nga virus. No? And siguro kamusad, nasa rin siguro gid mo kaila na unfortunately, nakakuha gid ani nga virus. And you know what, ang ilang ingon sa ako, grabe gid kaayo ni siya ka-draining gid siya. Grabe ka stressful, no? Ma-drain gid daw ka emotionally, mentally, financially, physically. Sobra gid daw kay ka stressful, no? Thinking lang na knowing lang na contact ka ning virus. Pero unsa man ang nakakope sa ilahang stress, unsay nakatabang og pawala sa ilahang stress kung dili gaming. Ang gaming man good, wala lang siya gibuhat para makig-compete lang, makigdula lang. Gibuhat siya para pampawala sa stress yun. And unfortunately, sa karon nga generation, di na gid nato man-deny nga grabe ka daghan toxic kid kayo nga gamer. In my experience po, no, kapila na wala kakauban o grabe ka toxic nga kauban. Awayon lang kag galit, tungod lang wala ka naka-perform og tarong, bastuson kag storya, no. So for me, kailangan gid kaayo ning session gyud. Dili lang sa gamers but sa ato ang mismo kita makatuon sad ta nga unsay saktong buhaton kung maka-encounter ta ani nga mga tao. Kabalo man gid ta nga nothing is really certain in this world, no. Kung kita maayo ta nga gamer, maayo ta nga tao, dili ta magpadala nga toxicity, dili ta moawat sa ila. Kung dili tudluan nato sila kung unsay saktong pamatasan. So sa karon nga webinar nga session, tudluan ta ni Ms. Rafols on how to be responsible not just in gaming but also in social media. So sige, magsugod na ta.
There you go. Thank you so much, Mr. Henry Lopez, for that very heartwarming opening message. And now we are seeing that some of our SK officials are already joining us. We are seeing Mr. George Carlos. Hello there. MESO officials, MESO coordinators. Cindy Fellas are also here. Hello. Miss International. Hello. Gamers from all over Mindanao. Hello. And also we have here parents. So grabe. Full pack tayo tonight. Thank you so much for spending your time with us. And this is the most exciting part of the day, of the night, rather, ladies and gentlemen. The person that I am going to introduce next is definitely the woman of the hour. She is a licensed guidance counselor and psychometrician working at Liceo de Cagayan University since 1997. Imagine! That's more than 20 years of experience being a mentor, professor, mother of so many students, guilty ko na, and definitely a friend, a very special friend. And really, I know for a fact that we all had our unforgettable guidance office experiences. I sure had one. And way back in college, she has always been my confidant. Whenever I feel like giving up because of the burdens, because of the stresses, I don't really know what to do. We really have a lot of school activities, at the same time extracurricular activities, and you even have problems at home, problems with your friends, diba? Nag-pile up na yung mga problems. But this very person, I'm pretty sure not just me who have experienced her kindness, a lot of students can really attest that her words never fail to amaze me, never fail to motivate me to keep moving forward. And I'm pretty sure that right now we are all experiencing many, many mental struggles, psychological needs because of the pandemic. I'm pretty sure that this very person can help us. So, ladies and gentlemen, for this evening, we are in for a very, very special treat. I have the honor to present to you our highly credible and respectable resource speaker, a registered psychometrician and registered guidance counselor. Let's give it up for Miss Roselie Rafols.
Yay! Nag-cheer ito sa kung kaugalingon. Oh. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, our participants, our gamers, our visitors who are in here, parents ba, gamer ba siya? And of course, Cindy, for inviting me here. I thank her so much for reaching out to me. I was surprised that she was really looking for me. Of all along that we've been friends for so long, we just realized, didn't they be friends on Facebook? Oh, I didn't be friends with the eye, but I was so glad that she was looking for me. And it was a challenge for her to look for me since I was not using and I am not using my name on it. And when she told me about this one, I said yes to her simply because I believe that this is it plays a very big part, especially in these times of pandemic. And with each one of you, may this be of essence to you as you go forward in and live our lives day by day. No, so today I will just be sharing to you some stuffs regarding gaming, with which I may have known few of it, but not everything about it. But I am pretty sure you are aware of all of these games that we are talking about. But more than these games, we are gonna go dig deeper into the goodness of these games and the area with which we think so we will improve and do better at it. No, so I will allow me to share my screen. Okay. First. Okay. Okay, I think I hope you are seeing my screen. No? I titled it the Responsible Gaming Webinar Series. Since that's what Cindy has given me already also no for such. So I also had it no, and with respect to the program that you have actually started and then most of all, you're able to share in this process. Now, I believe this is very philanthropic simply because you had been seeing each other before physically for your online games and your battles array, no. I've witnessed during the not time pandemic, when we were still seeing each other, that I've seen gamers really gathered together and so excited to have their games, and then they were battling, and even long time ago, I've also witnessed a cousin of mine who was into like the battles of Dota. They meet up, and this is how interesting this game could have been. But now in times of pandemic, what is so good about online games, no? What good will it bring me? What good will it bring me, not just physically, emotionally, psychologically, but as a person? How will this be of help to me? So perhaps this is relevant to you at some point, and may you have something to take home with you in the process. Okay. So as I said, online games, an outlet for a much needed connection in isolation. Isolation doesn't mean that we have COVID with us. No, isolation means we are being away from people that we get to meet regularly because we are at home. We are physically in our homes, but we connect with our friends through technology, through our games, and basically on how we link with them. Though our lives did not end when COVID began, no? Simply because as gamers we continuously connect with people who were very significant to us, and that is so remarkable because we allowed this pandemic to let us appreciate the presence of people. They might not be physically present, but basically the feeling that they are just around the corner or just behind this game that I am playing with is one person who's playing with me. So I am never alone. And indeed, the online games allowed you to appreciate that physically you may be alone, but in the journey, someone else is with you and others are with you. I have been into an online gaming shop, no, that I get to hear people before will be shouting and they'll be angry, they'll be in outrage because they lost or they died in a game. Like it's so amazing to hear it from people that you get to see them in school who were also my students, that they were so shy in school and they won't just talk about. When you get inside that gaming area, they're the noisiest people and they're into the outrage of it, their emotions, and they're so, and it was amazing that knowing that, this is how hype this person is. And from there on, I realized that when kids are exposed to online or gaming part, they become their own person and they were able to express their emotions. And most of all, they become the person that they chose to be. And they enjoyed what they are doing. So I hashtag this area as the digital well-being, simply because, yes, we are technology wise, and yes, we are into digital era, but it also connotes with well-being, that there is also something good with online, no, with online games, with online areas that we are going through. Okay. So I'll proceed. I'm gonna share to you study statistics. This is the updated of as of January 2021. No, just to let you run through the updates on digital life. No, on global digital headlines, we have look at this that the total population out of the urbans that we have is 7.83 billion, and we look into that, and there are unique mobile phone users which we look into as 5.22 billion versus the population that's 66%, and that's actually a very big number, no, for mobile users that we have. And then henceforth, because of the pandemic, we are now internet users, no, and we have accumulated this for 4.66 million as users versus our 59.5% of our population. And the active social media users are 4.20 billion versus the population of 53.6%. We look into the digital growth, no, globally. This is global, which means the whole country, the whole nation, and of course the whole, including other countries of the world, no. So henceforth, by January 20, oh, I'm sorry, by January 2020, we have increased to 2021 with 1% in total population from what we have seen, no, and then with 1.8%, no, or 93 million in increase, no, and so with plus 7.3% million, as we noticed, the the changes, no, from the last year to this year, which means we have improved. We have improved in areas where we're going to talk through, no? So this is very, very informative for us to see, we have, yes, we have improved at some point, we are growing, and we look at it in a positive light that people are technically, well, adept to such technologies, no? And even in mobility, no, in mobiles or in easy access to social media. And then here, you notice the social media platforms that we have. The most famous, as you will see, as of January 21, and even last year, still Facebook, no? So, and then it followed by YouTube, because we have a lot of YouTubers here now, and then they're vloggers, no? And in fact, there are actually lessons learned that we get to know from people, also blogging, so. And then the WhatsApp, you're so familiar with FB Messenger. That's where we usually communicate, no? Even in the classes right now, if we cannot meet in the Google Meet, our announcement will be at the Messenger so that they can reach us. Aside from, we will call them through phones or inform them. Then Instagram, where we update people about our likes, our leisures, and all that we think so is pleasurable to us. Then all of these that we have, and recently, no, as the pandemic came in, TikTok came in the hype, no, and everyone else was like going to TikTok. Well, of course, I haven't been into that, but I like to look at it, how people would dance and release their stressors out, no? So this was also very helpful during the times of, and even until now, that we get to see all of these social platforms that people are using, not just in the Philippines, not just in Cagayan de Oro, but the world per se. Okay, and of course, the social media advertising audience, people, most likely you notice that from 13 years old to 17 years old, we have female who are actually in the hype of using this the us audience in social media, no? So usually get to see the males are more on using updating, no, while guys are into more of gaming. But hey, don't be complacent, because girls are now also updated with gaming. So we'll notice that one later on in the program. And take note, our minimum, as of the our survey, that 13 years old is our minimum user for social media. No? Although they're not supposed to be engaging into that unless they're of the legal age. But as 65 years old and above, they are still into it. But most likely, as you notice in the graph, the ones that is hype in the advertising audience of social media is from ages 18 until 34 years old. So I think our audience right now most likely belongs to this age range. I believe you'd agree with me, no? So if you're at this age, you are really the age of technology and digital exposure, no? And here, there's this media behaviors that we have also studied. You notice this one, that these are 99.8% visited or used a social networking or a messaging service in the past month, no? And then they were actually engaging with 93.1%. The average of time per day that they use is 4 hours. You notice, now that we are supposed to be in online class, we're busy with online class, but hey, we notice that our social media is also open, no, for updating. So sometimes we tend to spend more of our time in social media. We just look around, we don't actually do update, but we just look around with people, with places, and it also gives us the interest of what are we gonna do with this. We have a lot of plans, no? When we see it, it also inspires us to see people going through that place or what they do about it. So it gives us hope to, I have plans and this is my plan. So somehow it is of an advantage, no? And then we here 99.9% average number of social media accounts per internet user, and then 57.6% percentage in internet users that uses social media for work purposes. Okay, okay. So part siguro ani inyong mga teachers who will inform you about the meetups, no? So those who are in school. Okay, and then of course, as a well-being, there is an online privacy that is also observed in the digital platforms. No, so the track screen time, okay, we have it 29.7%, and then the express concern about what is real or fake from the internet is 57.2%. We noticed that there are a lot of when you are into Facebook right now, there's this post that's been circulating, and then people gets to be so mad about it, no? So perhaps that's one of also of this one that we experienced, no? And then express concern about how companies use personal data, especially when you'll be registering for a webinar or a seminar or an event, no? That is also what we are. And today in the Philippines, we are so particular with data privacy. That's why whatever engagement that you will be having, your safety is always the priority, no? And then of course we use some form of blocking, no, in the past month, no, that's 45.0%, and we delete cookies so that we will like our memory will be like lighter in some point, okay? And then the playing video games device perspective, 95.8% any device. Now we have evolved smartphones with 90.1%, our laptops being used, no? 54.4%. I noticed before ang laptop kay usual lang siya ang laptop, but now for the gamers, you know that he is a gamer because I'm so amazed with looking at the laptops of the gamers. Like it's so big, it's so wide, the screen is wide, and then it's so bright, like there are a lot of lights going through it, and even the mouse that they're using, there's light on it. Like, oh, it's amazing, no? Like it's like so beautiful to see that it glows. And then I think this is also one way of inspiring you guys to really click on your gaming, because once it lights, it also gives you the light of it that you are there's joy in what you are doing, no? Perhaps that's why one way of innovating your laptops into gaming, no? And then this game console, no, that's 17.4%, and tablet device, handheld gaming device like our phones, and then media streaming device, and of course the virtual beauty headset. So I'm pretty sure you are more of you have most all of have this device, no, as you have innovated from the ordinary gamer to the gamer that you are into right now. And of course we have online contents activities, no? Most of us watch online videos, usually those are just loopers, no? That's 99.4% usually to YouTube, no? And then we watch vlogs, no? We listen to music, to streams, no? My child who is now 6 years old is into Spotify. Like, why are you to Spotify? Like, she keeps on having it in her phone. Like, oh my God, my baby is going to Spotify. Like, she likes the music of that, no? Oh, okay. So feeling na I am laid back at some point, but I am adapting to it also, no? I'm an upbeat mom. And then listen to online radio stations, and we listen also to podcasts. Podcasts are really very, very good simply because these are learning experiences, and also that I think this is one way also of podcast that we have, no? Because we learn from experiences and we learn facts about it and details about it, which we hope will be very helpful and beneficial to each one of you, no? And then these are the mobile app rankings and downloads in the Philippines. So the first one at the moment, as of January 2021, is now TikTok. Okay, this is ByteDance, and then followed by Facebook and Facebook Messenger, and we are into Shopee, no, and Gcash. Our people are like having Gcash because they want to order online most likely, and Shopee because we love the discounts of it, no. And of course not, so it follows. And here for the games that are being downloaded mostly is about Mobile Legends and Bang Bang. I think as you will notice it, I hope your games are into this, no? Before I only know of Minecraft. In my end, I only know Farmville, but then I get to see my child right now. She's playing Among Us and then Roblox. Like, anak, isn't it too violent for you as a child? So it's important that yes, they are into it. But as a parent, I believe this is a gentle reminder that we will not just leave our children to be playing on their own, not to parents. We also have to monitor what is happening to our child. What kind of game is he downloading, and what kind of game is it? So that we will also understand what she's going or they are going through. My child is a girl, so she's 6 years old and she is playing Among Us and Roblox. Like, are you sure, anak, you downloaded this one? And then there are videos and there are songs on it. So, okay, I'm also listening, but I'm making sure that I follow it up. To you who are already adults, I believe that you have the wisdom to determine and to discern for what is good and what is not good in the games that you are going through, no? Before I noticed people are into other games, no? But now I think there are a lot of innovations in games, and I think this is one of the downloadable ones, no? And then the active users right now is about Facebook users and Facebook messengers, and the shoppers that's from Lazada, no? And then part of that, during the pandemic, Netflix also came into the show, no? That's why people became Korean novela addicts, no? Or not actually addicts, fanatics, as we say it. And then this one's and on another end, your Mobile Legend is still on the beat, no? So I believe you Minecraft is still there. The Lego Legends are there also, no? So Clash of Clans. I think a year before Clash of Clans was really in hit, no? So but still now it's still in the top 10 of these games that are being used by our players, okay? And consumers spend much on apps like Bigo Live, Netflix, no? And then Facebook as the part of this top 5. And then, of course, for the games, Mobile Legend is still on top of it all. And Ragnarok, I read of Ragnarok long time ago, but still it's in hit right now. And I appreciate, wow, it's still on, no? So therefore, games is not about playback. It's still innovating, and services on it is also as innovative as can be. And then, okay, I think at some point in your life, you notice these are the 10 famous games, online games of 2021. Okay, so is one of the games you're into in here being listed, no? Or it's not in there. So this is what I researched about. So so this is why it's called PUBG. This player unknowns battle. So there are a lot of battles I've been seeing around, and I've yet to see Dota is still there, but Minecraft is what I know about it, and the rest I understand it's existing, but I haven't played any of it. But I believe you have enjoyed because you stayed there, and it's still famous until this very end. And I respect you for having so critical thinking into growing through this. And you have been very, very patient enough to go through this ritual and to this upbeat that you have, no? Now, the COVID-19 pandemic has brought the entire world into a relative standstill, affecting millions worldwide. This is from the World Health Organization of June 2020. And during the lockdown period, there is an increase in the user engagement in online gaming among those aged 23 to 35 years old, and a marginal increase in, surprisingly, female users. Now, it's no longer the men who are only using the online games or playing, no, but women are also into it, no? Perhaps because you have girlfriends who's been like waiting for you, going through your game, no? I remember with my first love char, nag-share ko no, or my first boyfriend, kumbaga. Like during our time, okay, we don't have internet at home pa, and then we don't have computers at home. So we go to internet shop, and then I accompany him. So he gets to play. I think there's a battle. I cannot understand what kind of battle, but it was just a battle. Like I would just look at him until then he ends with his game, and then I've been so patiently looking at him and watching him play the game. And when he's done, then we go home. I think perhaps this is now reflecting into this kind of data that we have. It made me look back into that experience. Perhaps these female users are also girlfriends of the gamers. If you would agree with me, later you can agree. We can tell me, Ma'am, I disagree with that. Pero perhaps one way or the other, you can agree with me. Or somehow these are your good friends who are buddies of yours when you have your games, no? So gaming has been reported throughout the day, with a peak gaming from 8 p.m. until midnight. I remembered, no, here nearby Liceo, there is this what we call the e-stop. I have students before that I have to make follow-up because they're already sleeping in that area. So I have to go up to the second floor and see them in one corner. They were sleeping. I told to go home na because your parents are looking for you. And in fact, no, they may be gamers at that time, but hey, they graduated. And I am proud to say that yes, at some point they have halt in their lives, that they have delays in their lives because they were so engrossed with gaming. But after all, yes, they have they paused for a while from gaming and focused on their academics. And then they graduated, and then now they're already working, and now they are also having their hands-on of their games, pero mobile na lang siya. So they're still into that, but however, they have their own success story. So we will respect those gamers who are into that, but we will also encourage them to never forget their responsibilities and accountability, especially to those who are students. And dear students, this will be a gentle reminder for you. Yes, there's a time for gaming, but there's also a time for studying. And you have to know what's your priority. Is it just gaming or is it also studying? You can have it both, but you have to know which one are you needed most, and then follow with what are you most pleasurable about. Okay, so online gaming has played a supporting role in public health effort to enforce effective spatial distancing, because we are into physical distancing, so we allow people to keep away from us physically. This is during the pandemic, with which is this is supported by the World Health Organization, and this collaborative campaign is what we call hashtag play apart together, which means yes, we may be far and away from each other, but we are actually together in the gaming. So therefore, we are still together. It's just that we are online. So with the online gaming industry, encouraging individuals to stay at home and to limit the spread of virus. No, so yes, we are at home, we are safe at home, but we are technically with others too, no? Because we have friends on the other side of the world. Okay, so research suggests that most engagement in gaming is of positive benefit, and the benefits can be educational, physical, and therapeutic. No, other parents para ma-inspire their kids will be inspired to really study. They would say, okay, I would let you play your game, but promise me that you are going to study first. So this is also a conditioning, a positive conditioning for parents to their children. So, okay, the child will study first, and once she's done or he's done, then he can go to gaming, no? So that's how it is physical also. One way or the other, the child has a reason to get up, and then, and therapeutic simply because this is distressing, no? It allows you to express yourselves, no? Your anger, your pain, your frustration, and then you also get up from it, no? So I remembered when when the gamers I saw lost in the game, they will say, "Ah, man!" So of course, some says bad words, no, and then of course I'm not gonna say the bad words, but I'm just hearing them, yeah, and then they're cursing and everything else. Okay, so perhaps that's one way of allowing themselves to express their emotions, no, and that became therapeutic at it, no. And may I also remind that gaming can also help in developing cognitive skills such as reasoning, spatial awareness, and problem solving. Why? Because you look for alternatives, right? You look for solution as to how will not be killed in this area, or alternative ways, no. So this allows you to be intellectually motivated, and of course, no, intellectually triggered. So to those who are wanting to develop this kind of skills, gaming can also be an advantage. And most of all, in gaming, you also learn to become more patient with yourself, no, and more considerate of yourself, and more considerate also of others at that end, because you, aside that you respect their authority, your partners in the game, you also respect those who are experts in their field, and it inspires you to do more, to study more, and to evolve more or involve more in that areas. Okay, so as they said, video games have a number of social and psychological benefits, no. People who play massively multiplayer online games, for example, report a stronger sense of identity. They have higher levels of self-esteem, and they have decreased feelings of loneliness, simply because these games often encourage or require players to work together towards a goal, which can foster a sense of community and camaraderie. Diba? When you team up, you have a goal, and then as a community, like you build up your own community that you protect each other, and then you have a goal to finish it, and then to, at the end of it all, you accomplish the goal because you won it out. So this allows you to be inspired that, yes, I may be alone here at home, but I have friends who are playing at that end, no? And then I acknowledge that it brings forth camaraderie, it brings forth collaboration, because you also discuss, hey, you run into this side, hey, you run into this side, and this is very inspiring. Why? Because we value our teammates, no, we value the people that we work with, even if they are far and away. That's why this decreased the feeling of loneliness, simply because we have someone to discuss with. I believe also during your online games, you have your chat box there, or you text each other through that. No, that means you also allow yourself to communicate and keep in touch with your co-online gamers, no? In addition to playing with people from around the world, you are not actually just playing in your area, but you're actually linking with people in the other country or in other places of the Philippines, no? With which you were able to socialize now virtually, but not just physically. No, you're an adult, but we encourage you to please stay at home for safety purposes, no? So many games allow players to create private servers. Our only invited users are allowed to participate in such games, no? And these allow friends and family to pre-arrange a time to play and meet up. And to those who are brothers in the community, I believe you have a community that you have, no, for gamers. I think with the initiation of your MESO group, this allows you to find comfort in each other, to be able to foster goodness, no, you encourage each other to bring forth and believe in one's capacity as a person, that there is something good in this experiences, no, and you inspire each other to become much better. Okay. However, if there is something good about it, there's also something to improve on it, no. So however, excessive gaming for a period of time may be associated with psychological problems such as lack of sleep, no, because you tend to spend time more in your games, no. So I believe, though, you also have to learn to allow yourself to find time to rest. It's very important for your well-being, no, because if you lack sleep, this will affect your well-being, your concentration problem. Of course, it also impaired your skills. Na naman, you'll just be sitting there for the whole time. So allow yourself to have time to have a break. And then, of course, they said poor self-control simply because you are so engrossed with playing already that you have not managed what is around you. For well-being, may I remind you that after 20 minutes of your gaming, may I allow you to please stop for 20 seconds while you are on screen. We call it the screen break for 20 seconds. Why? You can just close your eyes for 20 seconds, or you can just look far, 20 meters or 20 miles away, yung capable mga 20. We call it the 20-20-20 break. Why? 20 seconds away from the screen, or 20 seconds you close your eyes, or 20 seconds you just step out and stand up, no, from your sitting area, just to do some stretching, simply because this will allow you to be able to strengthen yourself again, no, and to have your refocus. So do practice that, no, at least you will not just be stuck in your area. So I hope it's also taking care of your eyes. So as the doctors always say, do the 20-20 screen break for you. So I hope at one time, especially when you're too engrossed, you don't want to have your screen break already, no, but as much as you can, I remind you to do the 20-20-20. Okay, 20 seconds off, 20 seconds to stand up, or 20 seconds to just close your eyes, or to look around you far from your screen. Okay. And another one, extreme engagement with online gaming is also strongly associated with poor academic performance among school-going children and adolescents. That's why I encourage you to prioritize your studies, no, and afterwards go on with your games. We would want to be finishers, no, we just don't want to be left behind. Remember, you will decide for the outcome of your life, for your own success story. If you do something good for yourself, definitely you'll reap something out of it, no, something good. So if you just don't want to be left behind your academics, then do well, no. Practice also study habits. I will encourage you to practice study habits for those who are in school, no, simply because know your priorities, know what is important to you, and then value that one. Afterwards, when you're done with all your responsibility, go back to gaming. So it's important that we practice our habit, no, habit that is good, no, that will also be of good to us, no, it will do us good physically, psychologically, emotionally, and of course, no, in our engagement also. That's according to Terry and Malik, no. And then it also has been speculated that during the COVID-19 pandemic, some individuals also develop an increased pattern of gaming to relieve psychological distress. So this is also very helpful, no. And then with the rise of social media, gamers have perfected the art of building communities in and around the video games, no? So gamers don't just compete with strangers on the internet, but they forge genuine and enduring friendship. I believe you agree with this, no? You found good friends along the way. Then you just know each other by your pen name, no, in your games. Later on, you get to understand each other, and you were able to know each other's name and recognize each other's effort and recognize each other's presence. Then you became friends and brothers in arms in your game, no? So that's genuineness, no? We learn to be accepting, and we learn to grow with the person that we are actually having games about. The explosive growth of gaming during the pandemic has shown that many have found a new outlet for much needed connection in isolation. In other words, We may be isolated because of COVID. We may be at home and not meeting our friends, but we are not alone in this area, no? That is why, although the concept of socialization in a game is new to many, video games enthusiasts has been using technology like this to build friendships online and stay connected for years. And I believe you've been good friends for so many years. And games, your online games allowed you to strengthen your relationship as friends and even to some point as lovers. Okay. And by the way, as a gentle reminder, may you also recognize people around you. Do not just get involved with games lang po such, When you are home, find time also to communicate with your parents, to communicate with your siblings while you have time. If you have time for your games, you must also have time for your family. And most of all, you will also have time for yourself. Do some screen break also. It is best also to take care of ourselves. Part of our well-being is to take good care of ourselves, no? To nurture ourselves, to find time to rest also and to recreate, no? To be able to find the joy in us, no? Now, we also have to be away from technology at some point because we will also have time to appreciate the person that we are. Allow yourself to find some rest at some point, no? And then build also your relationship with the people at home. Now that it's pandemic, this is the moment that we reconnect, no? Reconnect with our family, with the people that we love, no? At home. That's why we are at home. And then, of course, this will not stop us in reconnecting with our friends who are outside of our home, and this will not lead us to be people who are left behind because there are people who loves us. But most of all, you are there to love yourself, no? You are the first person to value yourself. You are the first person to appreciate the person that you are. You will not expect others to love you the same as you wanted them to be, but you give that back to yourself so that at the end of it all, wellness comes to you and wellness will be extended to others. Remember, you are very important. And if you are very important to yourself, others will also become important to you. Okay? So I have something to share to you as young as you are, no? I'd like to remind you to practice grit. Okay? Okay. Grit means being grateful, being resilient, no? Practice integrity and tenacity, no? Learn to be considerate, kind, and compassionate to yourself. Allow yourself to forgive yourself from your flaws, from your imperfections, no? There is kindness in you. If you are kind to yourself, then you are kind to others too, no? So be kind to yourself, then you'll be considerate with others. You'll be kinder to others. You'll be more giving also to others, no? Being grateful means you don't have to have a lot of things in life to be thankful about. In little things or in one or little by little, have a thankful heart. Be grateful. Be thankful about it. When people will give it to you, then be thankful and learn to pay it forward. It's important that what we receive, we also learn to extend it to others, no? And let that somebody be able to pay it forward. We call it the pay it forward attitude, that whatever it is that good that we have, we also extend it to others so that that person can also extend the goodness to others, no? And then remember, you have the capacity to withstand adversities or challenges in life by coping positively. Your choices in life, your responsibility, your accountability is for yourself, for your welfare, then for others. Remember, tough times don't last, tough people do. You will be able to grace through these challenges in life, no? This pandemic will be over in God's time, but as of this time, let's continue to be resilient. No? Let's continue to go with the flow of life, and then let's live. Let's choose to live. Let's choose life, no? And let's choose to live a much better life, okay? And of course, be persistent in seeking what you value or desire. Remember to stay honest as can be, no? Integrity is walking our talk. We say it, we mean it, we are believable, and we are honest about it. So we inspire ourselves to inspire others also, no? To see goodness with each person that we will be meeting. And of course, tenacity tells us to never give up, no? To thrive. We will not just survive in life, we will thrive in life. We will persevere, no? We will stay persistent, and we take courage that no matter how difficult life may be, it may not be easy, but at the end of it all, we will make it through. That's why we choose to stand strong and we become braver. We brace for what is coming our way, and we become braver to meet challenges, no? And of course, as what they will always say, rest if you must, but you never quit. I have here a picture here. No, I would like to commend my friend here, Rex Tagapulo, who had this one. It inspired me to say it, no, that this was during the pandemic and the waiting for the fishes to come. It took a while for this family from dawn to morning to be able to catch some fish, just some fish. But then the waiting there says, I will wait no matter what. The same way with you, everything will come to pass. We just have to learn how to wait. The same way with each one of you. In waiting, no, you discover more of your strength. In waiting, also, you discover that there is something good about you, something beautiful about you. That's also in gaming, no, we learn how to wait because we become more patient in the gaming stuff that we have because the moment there is no signal, we get to be more patient. Instead of being irate, we look for ways to just extend ourselves. Okay, I have to extend more because this is beyond our. Remember, no, what is outside of you, you have no control of that. But what is in you, what is it that you have? You have control of it. You have the control to what to speak about others, what to look for others, no? You have the control of how you would like others to become part of your life and how you would like to decide your life. That is in your control. But beyond that, you have no control of that. But you, yourself, you are responsible for yourself, no? That's how it is. And of course, it says, take courage, no? According to the Chicken Soup for the Soul, courage doesn't mean you don't get afraid. Courage means you don't let fear stop you. Okay. So that's from Bethany Hamilton. And then may you be inspired to take courage that no matter what, no, just this little ray of hope in you. Just allow this little ray of light that says, I believe I will and I can and I will make it through. Okay. Remember, hope starts in you, not outside of you. Then take courage. Everything will just gonna be all right. Okay. And then of course, I'd like to take credits for all of those that I have from all of these references that I have for today. No, that's how it is. Before I will end, I'd like to share to you a video which will I hope will inspire you also, no, as you are. Okay, so wait, first I'm gonna share my screen on this end.
When you don't know where to go and you're feeling all alone, look inside yourself, you're so much more than you know. When you're stuck and out of time, you can cross the finish line. You're a champion, you'll always be a winner. Oh, 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 oh. You can be anything you want if you believe in who you are. You light up the whole world. You're shining so bright. Anything is possible when you look into your heart. Oh, 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 oh. You're a shooting star. When I'm down and feeling scared, I know I should take a chance. The world is sitting right here in the palm of my hands. I'm flying higher than before, and giving up is not a choice. I'll push the doubt aside and step into the spotlight. I can be anything I dream. Live a life that's made for me. I'll light up the whole world. I'll be shining so bright. Anything is possible when I look into my
I think I am so done with it. So remember, anything is possible. Gamers always wants to be champion, no? We always aspire to be champion in everything that we go through, in all the games that we have. But let us be assured that at some point we may lose some. But let's gear up again. Let's be battle ready. Because after all, life is a battle and we risk and we choose our battles array. Let's stay optimistic. Let's stay positive. There is hope. There is light. Let's be kind to ourselves and love ourselves more. And battle up, gear up, players. God bless you, and thank you.
Thank you so much, Miss Roselie Rafols. It was a very, very insightful talk, ma'am, and we have definitely learned so much. I personally learned so much because I have also been in a situation wherein during this whole pageant journey, there are times when we really feel depressed, there are anxieties, there's so much pressure being put on us by so many people. And then there comes a point when we really don't know what to do. But yes, I really agree on what you said, that just keep moving forward. Be sure that you have with you a solid support system who will guide you in the right path. And yes, to those who are feeling depressed during this quarantine season, I know it is not hard. You may feel that the world is gonna crumble. You may feel that the world is turning its back on you. But no, because don't feel that you are alone, because there are so many people who are willing to help you. There is so much thing that you can do. There are really a lot of creative things that you can do, be it online, be it physical, be it actual, daghan kaayo. And the digital way is one of the steps to moving forward. So I really hope as well that all our participants for tonight have learned so much from our guest speaker, because we sure did. And this is now the right time to really ask, to really clear up the air on what are your thoughts, on whether you have questions with you. So we encourage everyone to join us for our open forum. I know na may mga questions diha, because I'm pretty sure nga nag-take note mo. And yes, so Miss Raffles, let me begin the open forum. So ma'am, I have a question here. Ma'am, we know that the world is really evolving, diba? We are now seeing a lot of young ones who are already into iPad, mga sihinag phone, grabe, bisan bata pa kayo. But I have this question on what is really the best age to expose a child to a virtual or online game? Is there a specific age bracket po?
With the recent study that we have, that's as young as 13 years old, no, they're into gamings. But because of the online classes that we have, those who are in preschool are also into games. Also, like it inspires them to really. It's just, I think it's not just about the age; it's about how we monitor our children, no, into this online exposure, because basically they are online, no, and somehow some parents would opt to have their kids play their tabs just not to mess around, no. So we are also responsible parents, not just the kids that we have, that we monitor them as young as they are, because there are also games that's on alphabets, on numbers, no? That's also an online game that they'll have to be responsive about. As young as 2 years old, children are given tablets or cell phones to look into online games, on being responsive. Like, I want to expose her to this one for advanced learning. So parents are into this technology also to children. However, I believe it's not on age per se, but it's on how we monitor the exposure that we have for our kids, no? There is a specific time frame as to, there is actually a program in there's this YouTube for kids, no, that we have, no, there's exposure of that. Or there is this program that parents can lock the phone of their children that says 1 hour already, so that children could not play anymore with their cell phones, no? That means it's screen break already. So we have control as to the number of hours that they will be exposed to. the online games. So example, like 1 hour lang, we're done. So today, you can, after this 1 hour, you can now go with other games, physical games, but not just technology. So there is this lockdown of the games also online on the was this one mobiles of the children. So I think parents also have to learn the innovations on restrictions, specifically on lockdown of exposure to that. So that's it. That's on the end that I would like to also comment to parents also.
Thank you, ma'am. We have here another question. Grabe, daghan-daghan gyud ay silang pangutana. This one from Limuel Jude Asiniero. Ma'am, good evening. Kanus maingon nga addiction or hobby ra sa isa ka tao ang gaming? Wow, nice question.
Oh, very good. Nag-nosebleed ko na. It becomes a hobby because you enjoy it. You don't seek for it, but you enjoy what you're doing. It becomes an addiction when you spend most of your time into it that you have not done productive ways and things in life. Like knowing your priorities. Being in school is a priority. Being a child at home is a priority. Doing your stuff at home is a priority. But if you disregard all of this and you have spent all of your days into computer and all of this, that not just basically computer, but something that goes to you, then that is an addiction. Too much of everything is an addiction in itself. No, so well, yes, ma'am, I enjoy playing, ma'am, pero like, yes, you enjoyed it, but have you had look into your other priorities? No, so that is already an addition when we disregard our priorities, but it becomes a hobby when we know that we can discipline ourselves till that we can hold on, we can keep still, and that is a hobby. No? But if we can no longer have a hold of ourselves, that we get to be so clingy into that, then that becomes an addiction to us. We cannot let go of, and we cannot just even step away from that. No, so that is one way of remembering that the games or whatever it is that we're into is a hobby that would allow us to take pleasure on it. Hobbies are pleasurable activities, no? Being with people that we are with, we go out, that's a hobby, no? We enjoy, we play about, that's a hobby. But if it's too much, then that's an addiction. So too much of everything is not good enough. Even those Spice Girls. Okay.
All right, so we hope that answered your question. Another question from Leonil. Hi, Ma'am Raffles. Good evening. In this globally connected times, as parents, what can you advise to not let go of that parent-children connection? Yes.
Hi, there's a lot of things to do as parent and children, aside from giving them the technology in their hand. Take time to play with your children while they're young. Take time to cuddle and to talk to them, to play with them. Kids loves to be played, to play with. Example, they like to be tickled around. They wanted to be shared stories about. Bring them crayons. Allow them to be creative. Bring them musical instrument to strum and to play about. There's a lot of things aside from the device that we have. And as you give that to them, spend time with them. Our children does not need our money per se. They don't have a subject with that. But our children would need a parent to stand by them, to listen to their stories, to answer some questions. You don't have to be the superstar for them to have answers about. Pero, as in your simpler way, your presence is enough connection for your children. Children, even kanishang mga adults, they would still want to be noticed by their parents. At some point, they would like to rebel because they want to be noticed. Pero at some point, our connectivity to our children is our being there for them. It will never be at a loss. No? Maski in technology, we say that she's downstairs, or you can just message or do face to face, or what do you call this one? Messenger na talk. Pero it's best that you spend time, especially for growing up children, no? Before you set them to bed, you spend stories with them. Take time to have stories with them and listen to their stories. Children have a lot of stories to tell. You just have to have a lot of patience in your heart to listen to their stories and to their crazy questions, which means crazy. There's a lot of questions and be ready for some answers. It might not be the perfect answers, but you are just right there. Okay, I hope it is. Spend time. That's the most best gift you have for your kids is your time for them. That cannot be paid. The mere fact that you are there for them, that's the best gift you have. That's connectivity at its best.
Yes. I couldn't agree more. Spend time with your children
Yeah.
physically. Now, another question, Ma'am Raffles, from Kenneth Aquino. Hi, Kenneth. Hi,
Hello.
Ma'am Raffles. Good evening. Do we need an organization similar to USESRB and MTRCB to regulate the video games to children and teens? So, yeah.
Okay. Siguro as parents, no, we are in control of the games that our children are looking. We did not have regulations, no, about it. But I think MTRS is looking for movies and these ones, pero this is beyond their control. But this is within our control in the confines of our home. We look into and check into the mobiles of our children. We will not be complacent because complacency would lead us to nowhere, especially in the updates of our children. No? So regulation of these games will come from you because you are the ones who gave them the technology. So therefore, it is within you. So we will learn regulations within your system. Like, anak, I will let you have this one for an hour or so. Okay, after that, I'll be taking it off. That's your screen break. Then you can do everything that you have, you know? That's how it's, but we hope that as a country, this will be regulated. Why? No, because it's not just within the home, but they're outside of the home, they can also have access to that. No, so perhaps at some point, at some time, perhaps this will be discussed by our lawmakers so that there will be a law for this. We would want also to have that one, but this may find some time. But while it's not yet there, you as parents have control into the exposure of the video games of your children. Look at what they're playing. Because there's like, yes, it's like some subtle play, no, but in the chat box, what kind of chats are they having, no? Because there are loud ones and they actually have curses in their chat box. So try to look into that, and then the context and the content of the game. Look at it. Is it violent? Does it hurt? No. Others are like PG is after me. You know that song like Roblox. Like, are you gonna kill? So that's violence per se. If you look into that for your children, so you also have to educate your children at your end. This one is not good simply because it is about hurting, no? It's about killing the person or running after the person to hurt the person. So you are gonna start educating your children in that end also as parents. So try to look into their games. Don't just be like, yes, it's on, like, okay, you just play there, let them be. Find time to sit down and let them talk about their games. What kind of game are you playing? You have to ask. You have to be inquisitive parents. You have to be active parents, dynamic parents per se, so that you'll understand what they're playing and you can respond to it. It's very essential, no, that we are there for our children, not just physically, but to be involved with what they're doing. Dili kayo labtanon man ta, pero at one point, that is also allowing us to get to know our children and their choices of games and their interactions and their engagements. We are protecting them at our end, not just them protecting themselves. Okay?
Hey, thank you, ma'am. Yeah, we have here a comment from Board. Kerwin, hi Board, you're here joining us. Good evening. I think the GAB or Games and Amusement Board, mabilong ang gaming use. Yeah, we have the GAB or Games and Amusement Board, but I think they regulate the professional sports.
Professional games naman, I think they're having.
Yeah, but for those the emergence of those digital games for kids and for all, I think it still boils down to the parents for diba, see to it that these games are age appropriate. So really, it's the responsibility of the adults to guide the children. All right. So we have here, hi Ma'am Raffles, good evening. What is your opinion on friendship? This is a question from Mr. Carlo Ang. What is your opinion on friendships and relationships that have started and developed purely within the confines of online games? Wow.
Online games, we find friends along the way. Online games, as what I was telling you about, is you feel that you are not alone because somewhere along the way, someone is just right there with you, playing with you, interacting with you, no, and even kind of siyang battling with you. So, some point, they inspire you. That's why you find friendship with them. The decision to be in a relationship is the decision of the person into it, no? So that's why, as not as young as our children are, we continuously educate them about the goodness of these games, so, and this exposure to online games. To adults, they can choose whom they will engage with, and they will have it's a decision that they will be responsible about, no? And then to those who are in the young age, as to the end of the parents, no, we will always be continuously watching over them. We stay vigilant at that end. Pero I think in relationship, no, we always find someone that we have something mutual about, something to play about, something to discuss about. That is actually the basics of relationship. Because if there's nothing similar with both of you, why are you in relationship after all? If will always be disagreements after all. So perhaps you both like this one, you both like this game, so you agree at it, and that's something that sparks interest in both of you, and then you allow yourself, this person will understand me, because you both feel you belong, no? You belong in one area, you belong in each other's lives, okay? Because you have something to discuss about, something that will steer your mind and your heart, that, hey, this is not just about games. This is about engaging. This is about interacting. And this is about growing with the person. Because we don't want to be with someone who cannot understand us with what we're doing. No, we want to be with someone who understands what we do and what is our undertaking, what are our undertakings in life. And with that, we respect each other and we support each other. The same way with our games, no? Saint Anna siya. But of course, we have to, one has to be like, we keep watch of each other if it's too much already or not, no? That is also one way of telling the person, I think you have gone overboard with your game, so I think let's halt a bit at this point. So that is also one way of being you get each other's back in that area, no? So you found a lover, a good friend, a best friend, a battle friend also, no? Because you battle each other, no? Ganun mo kung gipatay, di ba? I heard that. Ipatay yun, good ko nimo. I get to remember hearing that from the games, or even lovers who are playing. Dili dapat akong gipatay, ito siya. Oh, so they mga conditions. Pero, well, they fight in games, but after all, they are still love of their lives. So, puro po siguro siyang advantage, no? Because you agree at some point. Okay? Ayan.
Yes, I can really relate with that, ma'am, because my partner Henry, he is a gamer, and I am really, really not into the gaming world. But I have so many friends also who are into it. Most of the members of MESO are into gaming, and I question myself, hang ano na apil man ko ani, dili ko into gaming, but in the long run, I realized that we really need to understand the gaming community, that it's not just purely about gaming, it's about building relationship, it's about strengthening what you have started with these people. And yes, we don't limit our relationship with anyone.
Yeah.
So,
and you're not only limited in the box of your relationship. You have other friends also into that community. So that's why it's called the community.
Exactly.
Because you grow together, you progress together, and you learn together. And then you embody kind of siyang strength from each other, and then you expand this goodness to others. That's why you have this in that community that you have, no? So you're not isolated. You have a lot of people, friends per se. We call it the family that you have, not just a community. Okay, that's belonging.
One last question. Wow, this is a very personal question, Ma'am Rafols, from Carl Tapales. Hi, Carl. Good evening.
Hi, Carl.
My brother is really addicted of playing Mobile Legends. We tried to discipline him and made all the possible things we could to stop him. But up until now, he's still playing this game, which is currently breaking not only his mental health, but also affected his physical well-being. What are some of the steps to really stop this, Ma'am Rafols?
Okay, addiction.
Yeah,
addiction is not cured with violence. I think, yes, you may have your ways in disciplining him, but I believe that sitting down with this kid, kay gamay pa man siya, bata pa man siguro ni imong brother, no? Or adult ba siya, how old is he, no? To sit down and to let him understand the outcome of what he is doing really matters. It's not just about restricting him, because the more you restrict him, the more he longs for it. Okay? Diba, when we are being captured, we wanted to get out and do something more about it. But like, when we sit down and let him understand that this is, I will give this back to you, because we have this meet up, like this conditioning, but hey, I'll give this back to you. You can play with this one so long as you can have this one. So there's a meeting of your minds and of your heart. You of all people will understand your brother, because you are worthy of that love for him. So your love is more than enough to understand him, to accept him in this field, but not consenting him in this field. So in other words, you can discipline him by sitting down and talking to him. Remember, we praise, I mean, one way of disciplining is praising the person with whatever good that he has. And then trying to let the person improve. Like, yes, you are a very good brother. However, you're being engrossed. Dili po addicted in yung ingon saya kay grabe na gid ka na saya, no? You may say you try to change your way of saying things for him to understand it in a context na mas dili siya sakit saya, more dili siya restrictive saya. So in other words, say you're being engrossed with online games, especially with Mobile Legend, has affected your academic performance, even in your physical well-being, no, and mental well-being. Because when we are there, it's taking you away from your focus, from your priorities, and that is why we hope. So we call this the sandwiching feedbacking, no. We hope that you will be able to manage your playing time with other necessary things that you have. Because even if we try to spank the person or restrict him with all of these gadgets, taking it away from him, nothing will happen to us, to this person who will also be restricted and feeling restrained from it. So why won't we go back to the basic? We learn to be more patient with ourselves, to be more patient with this brother of ours. No, kay addiction, yes, no, it needs to be rehabilitated and all of this, but to your end, that you know that you're aware that he's into this, where perhaps others would have to not give them the phone for a week or so. More gradual, bitaw siya na withdrawal, pero na po reward. Dili lang po tanan ng withdrawal. Kay when the person gets to have it, he will not give it back to you. He will also restrict that on his end. So one way or the other is, by and by, sit down with the person and with your brother and let him understand, why are you getting the phone from him? Okay, why are you not letting him be involved with these games for this long? So we will tell him, I would like you to play, but there is an hour that is required for you to play. Afterwards, do have some screen. It's not gonna be easy, but I tell you, it's very challenging, but you will be your own success story. Allow him to understand. It's very important that we allow our brothers, our children, to understand, why are we taking things from them, okay, or why are we just pulling it out from them? Because when they understand this, definitely they will adhere to it. Okay, so that also, this will also allow them to be able to kind of siyang understand us, no, and that pwede day, okay, screen break, because there are kids right now. Kids are actually very bright. They understand if we tell them, if we let them understand. We just don't just take it away from them, no. We sit down and talk with them. It's very important. Is it screen break time still? They would ask you that, no. Okay. Example on my end as a mother, no, I always tell my child, it's screen break time. I think you all have over. Okay, there's an alarm. It says 1 hour, so he'll have to make the most of his time in game playing, and afterwards, okay, time, it's time. So she will play onto something else. So the moment you take away that gadget from your brother, give him something productive to do. Don't just take it away from him and then he's not doing anything. Okay, so there is something that is he's gonna do that will make him more productive. You may give him a guitar, can play about. You may engage him into music. You may go engage into painting or something that you think so, which will also help him productively, physically, psychologically, and emotionally. Okay, once you withdraw something, fill it with something good. No, don't just withdraw it without feeling. Kaya may empty man na siya, and he feels the gap, and then he feels the emptiness out of it, and then wala na. Oo, so that's how it is. Okay,
Wow. Thank you so much, Miss Raffles. And really, thank you, ma'am, for sharing your time with us. I know that how busy your schedule is this Saturday evening. So allow us to give you this certificate of appreciation, our humble gesture, our gesture of saying thank you to you, ma'am. Its state certificate of appreciation is hereby presented to our speaker, Miss Roselie Rafols, RGC RPM, for sharing her invaluable time, knowledge, and expertise as resource speaker in the MESO Responsible Gaming webinar series entitled Online Games, a Much-Needed Connection in Isolation, held virtually on April 24, 2021. Signed, Provincial Governor Evgeny Vicente Emano and MESO founder John Henry Lopez. There you go!
Yay.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you once again.
Thank you for letting me be part of this endeavor that you have, no? And thank you for
Yes!
reaching out. I hope
Grabe.
it reached out to others.
This time, we're not yet done. We will continue on with our lined up activities. So now we will be hearing a very special message. He has proven a track record of excellent service for the youth and the community in general here in MESO. The SK Federated President of Misamis Oriental, I give you Honorable Board Member Kerwin Jess Soldevilla.
Akong dakong pagtahod ug pagyukbo sa amahan sa atong lalawigan nga walay puas sa paghatag sa kinasingkasing ug tinud-anay nga serbisyo Governor Bambi Imano ug sa atong MESO founder Sir Henry Lopez ug sa atong President Sir Leonel Portillo ug kanatong tanan nga naminaw. Greetings to all of us, to all of you. Competitive computer gaming or esports is a phenomenon that has become a fundamental element in today's digital culture. We have seen the rise of esports in Misamis Oriental, and with that, we have also seen an opportunity to empower the youth and make this an avenue for youth participation towards betterment, instead of just straying away and leaving behind an untapped potential because of the stigma. We can never grasp holistic development if we won't recognize the esports community. We should break the stigma and help guide the esports community in the esports players themselves to produce positive outcomes. Because empowerment can come in any or many different forms. Ang empowerment isa kini ka proseso nga diin pukaon ang mga potensyal sa mga kabatanunan nga matagaan sila og tsansa nga mulihok, matagaan sa tingog ug mag-formulate sa ilang mga kaugalingong advokasya ug makasulti para sa ilang kaugalingon ug para sa uban ug maggiyahan sa insakto nga dalan ngadto sa kalambuan. Pinaagi niini makahibaw ang mga kabatanunan sa ilang mga kapasidad o kung asa kini gamiton para sa makahuluganon nga kinabuhi sa katilingban. As gamers, we hope that you continually engage in activities such as this so that you may be able to use your skills not only for your own development but to make use of it for the betterment of your fellow youth in the society. Og busa hagit namo kaninyong tanan nga padayuna ang inyong gugma sa esports ug timan-i nga sa matag sports adunay gyud pagsakripisyo, paglahutay, pagtuman sa disiplina ug pagrespeto ug pagsalig. Ug sa mga ginikanan nga naminaw karon, unta magtimbayayon kita kay bisan unsa nga pulisiya or aktibidades or mga pahibalo among ipaabot. Maglisod kami kung kamo dili muabag kanamo ug mugiya sa inyong mga anak. This also goes to all of us, to all of you listening, that we must observe and promote a healthy balance between online and offline lives. Esports and social media in general can be a great avenue where the youth can engage in meaningful participation no matter what platform, as long as they participate wherein they can learn and harness their skills, where they can be guided, is already a positive participation. Busa, ako moingon nga ang inyong partisipasyon sa mga maayong institusyon o kalihukan, dako nga tabang dili lang para sa inyong kaugalingon, apan apil na sa entero katilingban. Kay ang paglambigit sama ni ini nga kalihukan, mao ang pundasyon sa maayo ug malambuon nga kaugmaon. Unta aduna kamoy natun-an padayon sa pagkiglambigit. Maayong gabi kanatong tanan. Greetings to all of you.
Thank you so much, Honorable Board Member Kerwin Jessel de Villa. That was a very, very heartwarming message we got from you. Very informative as well. And really thankful to all our participants for this first ever webinar series. And now, as we officially conclude our first session for tonight, allow me to give to you the president of MESO for his closing remarks. We have Mr. Lionel Portillo.
Okay, so ako na, no? Alright, so hello everyone. I would like to personally, virtually thank each and every one of you who has been supporting us non-stop. So, thank you sa overpouring ng support, guys. Kaning webinar is the first of many stages that we have planned through. To our resource speaker, Ms. Roselie Rafols, thank you for your time. The expertise and the knowledge that you have given and shared through this webinar series is not only helpful but also very informative. Me, in behalf of MESO, appreciates your effort sa paghatag sa among sa time. So, of course, sa among duha ka banggiitan nga mga advisor. So, usa ka dakong pasalamat sa pagpadayon og suporta sa proyekto o aktibidades sa grupo namo sa MESO, ang among advisor nga si Honorable Governor Bambi Emano. So, Gov, thank you for always being there. Madako ang event, magamay ang event, tagaan gud minimo always og oras and always ka naa sa amoa. So, salamat kayo, Gov. Di na mo kaya nasuklian, di puna mo na kaya bayaran. So, thank you lang gud kaayo. Sa atong board member, si Board Sir Kerwin Soldevilla, nga always good po gahatag og time sa amua, nga nanginahanglan mi og bisag katong time nga nanginahanglan, always siya available for us. So, salamat for always being there. Sa akong team sa MESO, guys, thank you. I wouldn't think of any other people to work with in terms of making this work. So, salamat guys sa inyong effort, kabalota sa from step 1 to step unsa na ta karon. You've always been there. Thank you, and may we continue to do this as a service to our fellow Misamis Oriental citizens. So this responsible gaming webinar series, amo ni siyang gilaunch para maghatag og impormasyon sa mga katawhan sulod sa Misamis Oriental. So, impormasyon nga beneficial, na benepisyo, necessary, needed. Sa mga gamers na to karong panahon na. Everyone can be a gamer, so we are here to distribute information through this webinar and hopefully make every possible cloud disappear. So, gatabang mi sa amuang nga side para maka-help mi sa inyo nga side, not only to gaming, dili lang through gaming, but also through a well-being of our citizens, gamer or non-gamer, inside and outside Misamis Oriental, whoever is watching this. So, ang among aim is to not only bring fame to our beloved Misamis Oriental, but to also mold responsible gamers. So that is our aim, sugod pa mi. So that is still our aim right now. So I believe personally, that this webinar by Ms. Rafols about connection is the perfect breaker sa atong series of webinars that is in line with our goal. So, salamat Misamis Oriental, and this concludes our first webinar session. Maayong gabi, and don't forget to follow Misamis Oriental Esports Organization. We have sub-pages too sa per games. So for more activities, webinars, and a lot more, so follow, like, comment, share, message, ga-reply me guys. Medyo busy lang pero ga-reply me. So thank you and have a great night. Good night sa inyo. Bye-bye. Salamat.
Thank you so much, Mr. Lionel Portillo. Really, we have nothing but words of gratitude towards everyone for really joining us. Board member Kerwin Soldevilla, daghan kaayong salamat board for joining us. Governor Bambi Emano, Gov, thank you for your guidance. And of course, to the full force of the Misamis Oriental Esports Organization headed by our founder himself, Mr. Henry Lopez, daghan kaayong salamat for your initiative, and most especially to our guest speaker, Ms. Roselie Rafols. Thank you. And to everyone who participated, daghan kaayong salamat. And we will be sending you certificates of appreciation. So please do send in your complete name sa atuang MESO official Facebook page. It's you can see it on Facebook. It's very searchable, MESO, and type in your complete name para sa atuang certificate of appreciation. So I think that really concludes our event for tonight. Thank you as well to Questers Talent Camp for joining, to Cindy Fellas, to Miss International, to Meso Gamers, players, parents, SK officials as well. Daghan kaayong salamat to everyone for choosing to spend your night with us. And remember that in this gaming community, it's not just all about games. It's not just about battling it out someone. It's not just about overpowering your competitors. It's really about forging genuine and really enduring friendships, and later on, or eventually, that will eventually become relationships. So yes, we hope that you will be responsible gamers. You will continue to become responsible gamers in the future, and think of everyone you meet online not as your competitors. These are the people who will help you survive in life, not because we're all facing a pandemic, not because we are struggling with so many problems, but because these are really the people who will help us along the way, who can guide us, who can give us uplifting words. So as we end tonight, let's all look forward for a better day up ahead of us, and you can now eat your dinner. I know you're very hungry. So thank you for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you on our next session for session 2 of the MESO Responsible Gaming webinar series. Have a great day. Once again, this is Cindy Obeñeta, your Binibining Pilipinas Cagayan de Oro Misamis Oriental representative. Bye.